the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey, Ernie Johnson here, and I'm joined by Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the New York Knicks going up against the Chicago Bulls at United Center. Looking at the Bulls, playing above 500 in the last few weeks, not bad. They'd like to do better. We'll see if they can add a win tonight. Well, you knew he'd get there eventually, and at this point it appears that Kristaps Porzingis is going to be a star for a long time to come. What do you think his ceiling is as a player, Shaq?
Well, I don't know why they call him the unicorn, but everyone likes to compare him to Dirk Nowitzki, which I think is fair. But he plays with a little bit more intensity and goes to the rim often.
Well, they call him a
I never want to waste your time. My mind. So precious. Is yours, is mine. And look at the time. My God. So precious. Is yours, is mine.
It's that time of the year. Happy holidays, everyone, from 2K Sports as we get set to bring you some mid-season NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan. We've got Chris Webber and Greg Anthony with us, and from the sideline, we'll be hearing from David Aldridge. The New York, and before this game gets going, let's send it over to David Aldridge, who caught up with head coach Fred Hoiberg. David.
Well, guys, when I asked him...
All right, David, thanks. And both of these teams very strong, Chris, on the glass. Very good rebounding teams.
Oh, tell the referees to get ready tonight to break up some melees. It's going to be physical inside. This is what we love. Not dirty, just physical play, old school basketball.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. And New York, looking at who they've got. They've got Enes Kanter. Jared Jack is out there with Tim Hardaway Jr. And there's Porzingis, and it's McDermott in at the 3 spot. Outside, Levine. Lopez a screen. The dish now to Valentine. Shot clock at 6. Dunn misses. New York with the ball, coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
Yeah, that was more than just a tough loss. That was a complete embarrassment.
Well, Greg, what amazed me was they could sustain nothing on offense. They make a couple of buckets and go right back into their shell.
And slams it home and gets some camera time on the end of it.
He did. He spent a while up on that rim, didn't he? Outside, Jack. Porzingis sets the pick for Jack. Passes to Porzingis. In the corner, Hardaway with it. There's a screen by Kanter. Hardaway against Levine from outside the arc. Hardaway, no good. On defense, the Knicks. They beat the Bulls during their last encounter in Chicago.
And their last matchup was a nail-biter, but they hung on, and in part it was because of their rebounding.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Porzingis passes to Kanter. Back to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Dunn kicks to Markkanen. In the corner, Valentine with it. Dunn dishes to Levine. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. That 3 off the mark. New York's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Hardaway with it. Now defended by Levine. That's tipped.
And how about Markkanen using his size and reach on defense? Great timing in terms of being able to get up and block shots.
For New York, they've gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. And there's Enes Kanter on the assist from Hardaway.
Yeah, getting theirs before the defense can set up.
That's just the aggressiveness of transition, making sure they come away with points.
Dishes it to Markkanen. Feeds it to Dunn. Fires from 14. Here's Lopez, and he lays it straight in. Lopez has got his first basket.
Oh, well, Lopez is terrific on the offensive glass. I love seeing him use his long arms to haul in the boards.
And Jack kicks to Cantor. There's a screen by Cantor. Offensive rebound. Lopez with the block.
Well, Lopez is out there to set the tone defensively. I mean, he's a wily, strong defender who sends shots back with authority.
The Knicks pull it in. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. McDermott passes to Porzingis. Chicago grabs the miss. Lopez has got 4 rebounds in this game. Outside, Levine. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Lopez a screen. Dunn dishes to Lopez. Porzingis with the steal, and the call will be against Robin Lopez. That's his first foul. Knicks trail by 3.
And watching Porzingis play, you forget how tall he really is in terms of how he moves. Not only how quick he is, but also that skill set. Incredible that a player his size won the skills competition in last year's All-Star festivities.
Got that bucket in no time at all. 6 points for Zach LaVine.
There's a chance he could go for a big game if they don't D him up on the perimeter.
McDermott kicks to Jack. Puts up a 3. New York, no good that time either.
Yeah, not a great shot there, especially when you got a lockdown defender guarding you.
I mean, there had to be a better option that time down the court. That's just a missed opportunity.
Here's Levine.
Oh! And I don't know if there's anybody who can match Levine when it comes to the art of the dunk. He is a highlight reel waiting to happen.
And the replay presented, of course, by Under Armour. Unleash chaos. Great stuff and some great basketball going on.
And he placed that pass out in front of him and let him just run into it in rhythm.
Pass to Dunn. Yep, it counts.
And Dunn is spectacular, seeking contact and getting it. Even more impressive that he makes these shots as well.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Up top, Porzingis. 35 points for him last game against Philadelphia.
And he was also a terrific creator in that game as well. His assist totals show you what a fantastic all-around effort it was.
Done with it. Now Jack defending. Now here's Valentine. He's tightly guarded. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage.
Timeout. That's just not quite tight enough on him to impact the shot. He got a good look on that one.
And the first timeout of the game called for Chicago. They put up a nice win against the Bucks the last time out.
Yeah, unfortunately for them, I thought the opponent's defense just never showed up.
But I like that they attacked those weaknesses. They made them pay for a lackluster effort.
So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Bobby Portis is checked in for Markkanen. Paul Zipser comes in for Denzel Valentine. Justin Holiday's checked in for Levine, and it's Grant in for Chris Dunn. So New York going with almost an entire new group here. Hernan Gomez is checked in for Cantor. Kyle O'Quinn comes in for Porzingis. Lee's checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Ntilikina in for Jarrett Jack. Hernan Gomez passes to O'Quinn. They set the screen. And a wide open look for Lee. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Grant kicks to Portis. There's the basket and make it a double-digit lead. Portis has got his first 2 points.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Picked by O'Quinn. Lee dishes to O'Quinn. Inside, layup off the pick. Ntilikina gets the bucket.
And you can see he's been working on that post game. Ntilikina showing some skill set down on that low block, using that length to his advantage.
Back to Grant. Fires from 14. Here's Portis. And the Bulls, another three.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
The pass to O'Quinn. Unloads from 13. And nothing but air on that one. For the three. Herman Gomez grabs the miss. Knicks trail by 11.
Well, the Bulls last year were just dreadful from deep. I mean, they were one of the worst three-point percentages in the league. They just didn't have enough consistent shooters to spread the floor.
Kick by O'Quinn. Just his first attempt. Nice shot by McDermott.
He's developed a nice in-between game. The D gave him way too much cushion.
Grant kicks to Portis. Grant outside. To the right side. Portis can't get it to go. And Chris, for the Bulls last season, they knew shooting from distance would be an issue for them. At least it was something they tried to avoid.
Well, you can't have success without having a deep threat or two. Bulls learned that the hard way last season. Completely revamped roster. They hope for better results from outside.
It's stolen by Hernan Gomez. And pushing it up, here's New York. Leads running, goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It goes on Jaren Grant.
That's the athleticism that Lee has. Quick off his feet for easy flushes.
Bulls making a switch here. G's checked in.
And last season, the Knicks raised expectations with some of those big free agent signings and trades in the prior year. And let's face it, things just didn't work out quite how they had planned. Some would say they underachieved. Hard pill to swallow for a fan base that went into the year with so much hope.
New York with the ball. It's been 8 unanswered points for him. McDermott kicks to O'Quinn. They get it again. They set the screen. McDermott with it, and Holiday picks him up defensively. And a big problem for the Knicks in their shortcomings last season was their defense.
Yeah, and listen, they have some shot blocking, but as a whole, the defense lacked teeth. More than anything else, it played a part in the disappointment of last season's campaign, and it's something they'll be focusing on in the coming years.
11 seconds left to play in the first. Lee outside. Takes a shot at the elbow. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Lee's got his third basket of the night right there. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. And before the Bulls leading by 3. Grant is out there with G. And it's Zipser in at the 4-man position. That's the Bulls 5 as we get into the second quarter. Grant outside. That one falls. Grant's got the first basket of the second quarter for the Bulls.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
It's stolen by G. Grant the pass to Zips. 2 points. That one goes.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
Joakim Noah, he's checked in for Hernan Gomez. Chris, sometimes when a player is feeling it, in that rhythm, in that groove, there's nothing you can do to slow him down. Is there a player in the league right now who you feel is the deadliest when things are really falling right for him?
I mean, James Harden. How about this guy? Now that he's getting other guys involved, he's so much harder to guard because you don't know if he's going to pass it, ending up in a successful assist, or if he's just going to knock it down in your face, and his range is just so incredible. You do not want to let that man get hot. Also, of course, we know Curry. You better not let him get hot because he'll do some incredible things, and then his teammate, his boy, his partner, Klay Thompson. I mean, just the way that these guys shoot is just so fun to watch. So, I mean, these guys, when you talk about deadly from anywhere, anytime, you got to guard these guys like they used to say when they get in the parking lot. Not when they get in the arena. You better start guarding them in the parking lot because they can score at any time.
Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for McDermott. Here's Zipser. Here's Portis. Another field goal for him. 4 for 6 shooting tonight.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
They set the pick. Castro Quinn. Lee outside. Doesn't go that time. So the Bulls will take it the other way. Next up will be a home game matched up against the Pacers. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home. G dishes to Holiday. Here's Zipser. No good with the triple. Knicks trail by 10. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Ntilikina can't hit. Chicago has gone 0 of 2 from deep here in the second. Here's G. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him.
He hasn't been very precise at all this quarter.
Hardaway with it. Now defended by Grant. Picked by O'Quinn. Lee goes in. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And looking at the career of Courtney Lee, you know, has hopped around from team to team a bunch of times and always a valued teammate, but just hadn't stayed on one team for very long.
And he makes the first. And with Lee, you know exactly what you're going to get with his defense and shooting.
And Lee is always going to be a wanted commodity. His ability to defend and shoot aren't easy to find, and you just hope he's able to kind of settle into a long-term situation.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Markkanen, he's checked in for Paul Zipser. Valentine comes in for Justin Holiday, and Levine subbed in for Grant. Here's Levine. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Last season, one thing this Bulls team did was attack the glass. We're used to seeing them rebound well on the defensive end. They also did great work, Chris, getting second chance points.
Yeah, you love the fight and attitude every player has in the paint. Everyone on this roster can go up and steal you an extra possession if you don't box them out.
And coming out of the offseason where the Knicks had a really long to-do list, you knew they were going to shake things up and made some moves in free agency and realized they needed to build around Porzingis going forward.
And so it's New York with it, trailing by 10. Noah the screen. In the corner, Hardaway with it. And a great assist by Jack as that one goes in. Hardaway has got himself on the board with 3 there. And change was needed badly for the Knicks, and they did that starting with the front office.
Yeah, Knick fans can have a dire outlook at times, but the team still has a solid foundation. It will take some time for the team to become a true contender again, but having players not be at odds with the front office, definitely a good start.
And Chris, you played during an era against a team that many consider the greatest of all time, that 96 Chicago Bulls team with Jordan and Pippen and a great roster. Just thinking back to that team during that second three-peat, what was it like when you were going up against that Bulls team?
So tough to play against that team. Jordan is arguably the best player that's ever, laced them up, and Pippen was so tough offensively and rebounding. Rodman as well on the boards, and then you had guys in a system that was just really too much. It's hard to say. Of course, in my opinion, having played against them, they're the best team of all time. But Bill Russell once told me, you know, ghosts can't play, so don't get caught up in comparing eras that you really can't prove it. So, yeah, of course, they're the best of all time to me, but it's fun watching these young kids play today.
Now, here's Dunn. An 11-point game for him in the win against the Bucks in Milwaukee.
Don't forget, he also racked up 3 steals. He showed terrific anticipation and heart on the defensive end.
Enes Kanter's checked in for the Knicks. Knicks trail by 9. And Jack kicks to Kanter. He feeds it to Hardaway. Here's Lee outside. It's hauled in by the Bulls.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Valentine kicks to Markkanen. Now the feed to Valentine. On the wing, Levine. 5 to shoot. Dunn passes to Portis. And Kanter pulls it down. Kanter's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And Chris, the team you spent the most time with in your career, the Sacramento Kings, what was it like playing in a smaller market? And do you think that's changed for star players today?
You know, I love playing for the city of Sacramento and the fans. Because we were a small market, I think we had some of the most passionate fans that I've ever seen in the NBA. But it was also tough, especially playing on the West Coast. You're the second or the late game. On the East Coast, many people don't see you. You don't have necessarily the support of everyone else because you're not in the larger city. So it definitely could be tough. But when you're playing a team like the Lakers or you're playing other Goliaths, you love it and you embrace that small David type aspect. And so I do think it's changed because of social media. I do think it's changed because of the internet and specifically the apps that you can now go into the locker room before and after the game. You can get a guy's thoughts right after he made a big shot or missed a big shot. And so I think if you would have had those tools, maybe it'll be different, but I think now definitely it really doesn't matter what market you play in. I mean, we were a small market at that time, but look, since it's been the OKCs and other teams that kind of have made everybody excited about basketball, so I don't think market plays that big of a part as far as your exposure and how much fans get to see you anymore.
Good overview. Done with it. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. He kicks it to Valentine. Off target from outside. Knicks trail by 9. Outside Jack. Here's Lee. It's deflected, and he's able to get it back. Porzingis can't hit.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
For 3. The Knicks pull it in. Kanter's got 4 rebounds in this game. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Lee kicks to Porzingis. Lopez with the block, and they're able to recover. And the shot is good. The Chicago lead has been cut to just 7 points in the basket from Enes Kanter. Bulls have gone 4 of 10 in the second quarter from the field. Dunn dishes to Levine. And he elevates, and then the slam. Kanter did not like that.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. A fader. Not enough on that one as it misses.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
And here is Dunn. To the middle. Porzingis with the steal. Lee left side. Jack. And he got the whistle, so he'll have a 3-point play opportunity.
Give credit where credit is due right there. A terrific assist.
So for the Knicks, Hernan Gomez comes in for Kanter. And McDermott subbed in for Courtney Lee. The Knicks shooting their 6th attempt at the charity stripe in the game. Free throw good. Jack
and working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
Kicks to Levine. Now, here's Dunn, defended by Jack. Here's Markkanen, and Markkanen throws it down.
And how about the hops there by Markkanen? He knows not many guys can block that shot. Good at getting that deep post position.
Here's Hernan Gomez, and the rebound goes to Lopez. Lopez has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Porzingis with the steal. And Jack kicks to Hardaway. Over Levine. Here's Porzingis. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. And what was a wild ride of an offseason for the Knicks ultimately results in a regime change.
Yeah, I mean, players butting heads with executives, and when it came down to it, things just needed to change. If the Knicks picked the Zen Master over Porzingis, fans might have rioted in New York City, and hopefully the franchise can kind of start to right the ship.
And the Knicks making a change here. Ntilikina's checked in.
What an advantage for a big man to have, that smooth stroke at the line.
Lopez left side. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Lopez a screen on Jack. Kick out to Levine. Porzingis comes with the double team. Down to 5 on the shot clock. A shot by Valentine, no good. Knicks trailed by 6. McDermott passes to Jack. Plays it up and banks it in. Jack's got 5 points now this quarter.
Beautiful things happen when you attack. Put the defense on its heels.
Now, here's Dunn. Defense right on him. Here's Lopez. The Knicks pull it in.
Just the presence of the D in the lane is enough to make him short-arm that layup.
Sinks it, and the shot from Porzingis. Now just a 2-point Bulls lead.
Hey, look, he's not an easy man to defend. He'll get his points one way or another.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
And with the tide running against them, needs to talk it over with his guys.
Man, they straight up been getting smoked over the stretch. They really need to refocus here.
So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Paul Zipser, he's checked in for Markkanen. Justin Holiday comes in for Valentine. Jaron Grant, he's checked in for Zach LaVine. And G's subbed in for Dunn. And a switcher also for New York. O'Quinn's checked in. Grant outside. Holiday attacking. And that one is good. Holiday's got his first basket of the night.
And giving up some height, he just finds a way to carve out a little separation.
Well, it takes a lot of confidence and toughness to make that play.
Hernan Gomez kicks to O'Quinn. Out left to the wing. McDermott for 3. That shot is off. And the foul on Kyle O'Quinn. That's his first foul. The Bulls leading by 4. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Grant the pass to Zipser. Outside Holiday. Out to the right wing. 4 on the shot clock. Shoots. Jack with the rebound. Here's McDermott. Good, and Jack gets the assist. McDermott's got his second bucket of the night. Good if it goes. No good on that last second attempt there. And we're through the first half of basketball here, and what's been a good one. Bulls lead by 2. And we'll be back right after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime
Hey,
Show.
folks, welcome back. Ernie Johnson alongside the Jet. That's Kenny Smith. The Diesel, that's Shaquille O'Neal. A lot of big-time action so far in this one. Zach LaVine was the man in the first. He had 16 points and 1 assist. And, Kenny, what did you think about what you saw from Chicago?
Well, I think to shoot a high percentage, the offense has to be in sync. And in the first half, those guys were sharing the basketball, playing for each other. Now it becomes a matter of being consistent at it.
Shaq, what did you think? That'll do it for now. The second half of action coming right up.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. Chicago leading. On the court for the Knicks. Jarrett Jack is out there with Tim Hardaway Jr. Then it's McDermott. Then it's Enes Kanter. Then it's Porzingis in at the 4 slot. To the inside. Kanter. And Kanter throws it down.
Well, go ahead then and just hammer it home, why don't you?
He might not be the athlete that some of the other big men are in this league, but my goodness, he still knows how to finish.
Well, I tell you, a lot of it for him, it's about attitude. When he's playing like that, he has a chip on his shoulder. This is what he can do for you.
Here's Jack. He dishes it to Kanter. Pass to McDermott. It's hauled in by the Bulls. They've led by as many as 11 points. And Greg, with Enes Kanter last season, he had to miss significant time with the broken hand, but his offensive game is something to watch when he's healthy.
He just plays hard. He provides that instant offense off the bench, a great array of post moves to pick from.
McDermott kicks to Porzingis. 6 to shoot, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Porzingis has got the game tied up here for New York.
And defensively, this is the opposite of how you want to start the second half.
Yeah, I mean, you spend all that time in the locker room trying to get mentally prepared. Then you come out and give up that? No.
Now, here's Dunn, defended by Jack. In the corner, Valentine with it. That 3 off the mark.
They haven't gotten their legs back. Just 1 for 4 to start the second half.
Jack passes to Porzingis. And they take the lead. Porzingis has got 4 points now in the quarter.
And when he squares up, his height makes him a tough assignment.
Yeah, even when you get a hand up, it's hard to really affect his shot.
Markkanen kicks to Lopez. Goes back up. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Dunn dishes to Levine. Lopez a screen. Levine can't hit.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Yeah, coming off of a good pick, you want to get that. When he gets the separation he needs, I know he would love to have that one back.
Bulls trail by 4. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
There's the screen. Porzingis with the rebound. For New York, they've gotten 4 of their first 5 second-half shots to fall. 80% since the break. Lets it go from 11. That doesn't go either for Porzingis. Well, Chicago has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Valentine kicks to Markkanen. That's good from Dunn on the assist by Markkanen.
There's just no way you are stopping Dunn when he's that close to the bucket. A skilled finisher and amazing athlete.
The dish to Kanter. Good D by Lopez.
Aggressive move to the bucket, and the D is ready for it.
Dunn passes to Valentine. There's the pick. To the middle, deflects the pass. Here's Dunn. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Chris, we all know you were a big Pistons fan growing up, and of course that means that you had plenty of chances to root against the Chicago Bulls. When you go back and you think about when you were young, was there one Bulls player that you loved to hate, so to speak?
You know, a little secret, I always cheered for Detroit, but I never hated the Bulls. Isaiah and Jordan were my favorite players. That's a little bit of a cop-out along with Magic, Bird, Dominique. But no. I really loved Artis Gilmore as well coming before. But no, I really can't say I had a player on the Bulls that I didn't really like.
The shot's good from Kanter. Kanter's got 4 this quarter.
This is not the same defensive team we saw in the first half. They are giving up way too many open looks.
Portis kicks to Markkanen. Dishes to Dunn. Markkanen sets the pick for Dunn. Feeds to Markkanen. He can't hit that time. Great defense that time from Noah. Now here is Hardaway. He's guarded closely.
And Tim Hardaway Jr., the son of a former all-star point guard. Junior, not maybe the same ball handler his father was, but he can sure fill it up. And I really feel like he's established his niche in the NBA.
The first free throw is good. G's checked in for Dunn. And New York with a change here, too. Ntilikina's checked in. So he picks up just one from the line that time. Bulls trail by 4. Here's the screen. Levine against Lee. Here's Portis. 9 points in the game so far. And a fast break now for the Knicks. Here's Hardaway with the tip. Markkanen pulls it in. Chicago's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Valentine kicks to Markkanen. Knicks with the rebound. Cantor's got 9 rebounds now tonight. And Hardaway Jr., a 6'6" shooting guard out of Michigan. Talk about his game a little bit for us, Greg. Analyze where he is.
Above average in terms of his athletic ability, improving defensively, and right now he's playing off the ball, whether spotting up or filling the lane. I think this guy's got a chance to be special. He's passionate, and boy, does he compete.
Portis. And the officials call over the back. A little too aggressive there.
And gets physical on the boards and just really pays for it with the over-the-back call.
I'd like to see him use his head a little more than his body for the rest of the game. Don't get caught out of position in the first place.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Paul Zipser, he's checked in for Markkanen. Justin Holiday comes in for Valentine. And it's Jaren Grant in for Levine. And New York with a change here, too. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. So the wing on the left. Fires the 3. Ntilikina can't hit. Bulls trail by 6. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Zipser. Pass to G. And it's Grant in the corner to stop the drought. No good that time. Great defense that time from Noah. New York leading by 6. Hardaway kicks to Lee. It's rebounded by Portis.
He's been off target for the most part, but it hasn't held them back as a unit.
Here's G. And there's the pass to Zipser. Out to the right wing. And again, Chicago. No good. One-on-one fast break. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Here's G. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
Oh, just a solid screen to free him up. Makes the layup possible.
Pass to Noah. He feeds it to O'Quinn. There's Lee with the 3. Lee with another miss.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And Chris, I know you started doing a podcast, Fearless or Insane, with Chris Webber. An opportunity to have some meaningful conversations. What's that been like?
Oh, it's been great, Kevin. I've gotten a chance to talk to some friends, some mentors like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I've gotten to speak to him about what it was like playing for Wooden, what it was like coming up in the crazy 60s in that time. And, you know, he's such a thoughtful and a great individual. So to hear his stories about he and Muhammad Ali, he and Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, all these great figures is just wonderful. I also got to speak to track legends John Carlos and Tommy Smith, who in the 1968 Olympics. We've seen them kind of protest when they put their fist up in defiance and kind of put their voice out for the voiceless. And I got to talk to them about how tough of a moment that was. Did they know the sacrifice that they were making? What happened, the backlash to what happened? And then all these years later, do they feel kind of vindicated that we're showing them so much love and people around the world appreciate what they've done? So we try to just discuss fearless or insane. You know, they say insane is doing the same thing over, expecting a different result, where these guys put their lives on the line.
Yes.
And they kind of knew that it necessarily wouldn't change the arc of justice, but they felt that they had to do it. And so it's just some cool conversations with people and athletes that were much more than an athlete. And I've learned a lot, and it's been a cool podcast.
And there's 1:45 left to play in the third. G kicks to Grant, and G now atop the key. Grant outside, and Holiday has it in the corner, and the three off target. And there's the foul. It's on Bobby Portis. That's foul number 2 for him. And New York making a change here. McDermott's checked in. New York trailing. Outside Jack. There's the feed to McDermott. And a great assist by Jack as that one goes in. Jack's got 4 assists now tonight. Chicago's gotten 1 of 6 three-pointers to drop since coming out of the locker room at halftime. Screen by Grant. Here's G, defended by Jack. G kicks to Grant. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. A chance here to assess what parts of the floor the attempts have been coming from as we look at the shot chart for Chicago.
And they haven't been able to exploit the three from the corner. Maybe some better ball movement would help open the floor and get that shot into their arsenal.
Here's G, and O'Quinn sends it back.
And they've fallen completely out of sync here offensively. I'm not seeing nearly the same movement or flow that we saw in that first half.
Here's Lee, an easy layup after coming off the pick. Now it's a 4-point Knicks lead.
And when Lee has the ball there, it's over. He's going up for the throwdown every time.
It's out of bounds. They are saying it was last touch by Lee. Portis kicks to Grant. That's tipped. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Here's Lee. Lee with another miss.
The D pretty much taking that possession off, but the shot's off target with nobody near him.
Kicks it to Grant. Lopez a screen. Here's G. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. They get Courtney Lee. The Bulls have knocked down 8 of 9 free throw attempts. I'd say those numbers read pretty well. The first one falls. And G drops them both.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
He got it!
Oh, wow.
It's good. It's good.
Wow, what a miracle heave to finish off the quarter. How'd he get that one to go?
Huge basket there. That's a highlight reel shot right there.
The third quarter comes to a close. New York ahead, leading by 5. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter. And if it's anything like the first 3, we should be in for a treat. New York leading by 5. Robin Lopez out there with Portis. Then there's Grant. Then there's Dunn. And it's Holiday in at the small forward. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. There's a good screen. Here's Lee outside. And the Knicks hit again from deep.
Yeah, that's 2 straight 3-pointers they've allowed.
Dunn kicks to Grant. Bulls moving the ball around. That'll go on McDermott. That's his first foul.
Man, it's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Porzingis is checked in for Hernangomez. Lopez, a screen on Jack. Here's Dunn. Lays it up off the glass.
I love it whenever Dunn is working the screen and roll. So crafty and creative in these sets.
Now here is Jack. Not a lot of room.
You know, I love how he absorbs the foul and still had a chance to knock that one down.
And the first one at the line is good. Zach LaVine's checked in for Chicago. And Jarrett Jack drops them both. 1 minute now into this fourth quarter. Bulls trail by 8. Now Dunn passes it to Portis. There's the pick. The kick out to Holiday. Sinks the three-pointer.
A pretty free look from three-point range. The D forgot about him on that possession.
All day. That's money for him. The defense will think twice about leaving him next time.
And there's the foul. It's on Bobby Portis. That's his third foul of the game. Chicago making some changes. Markkanen, he's checked in for Portis. And it's Denzel Valentine in for Justin Holiday. Enes Kanter's checked in for the Knicks. Jack dishes to Kanter. 6 to shoot. To the right side. McDermott for 3. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Lopez has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Valentine passes to Lopez. Lopez a screen. Valentine kicks to Markkanen. Stolen by Kanter. Outside Jack. There's a screen by Kanter. Shot clock at 6. Jack dishes to Kanter. Lopez with the block. Now here's Markkanen. Guarded by Porzingis. Lopez passes to LaVine. He kicks to Dunn. Back to LaVine. Over Lee. That one's in there. The Knicks lead is cut to just 3 points on the basket from LaVine.
And I love the momentum he's building. Last game, he was just as dominant.
And defensively, you know he's feeling good right now. And as the opposing team, you better adjust your scheme accordingly.
Here's Lee. Kanter. And Kanter able to finish. And the Knicks lead by 5.
Nice. He snuck a hand in there. That's the great anticipation he brings on the offensive glass.
The dish to LaVine. In the corner, Valentine with it. That's good, and it's LaVine with the assist.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Pass to Porzingis. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
I mean, he's just been brilliant today, guys, and it was the same exact story last time out.
Dunn kicks to Lopez. Count the basket.
Well, the arms of Lopez going forever, which is why he's able to create for himself deep.
Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Outside, Porzingis. Lopez against Kanter. He dishes it to McDermott. And he's good on the 3-ball. Now, here's Dunn. Feeds it to Lopez. Valentine wide open. He fires, and he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Now here's McDermott. He's guarded closely. There's Lee with the 3. They get it again, and it's sent back by Lopez. There's LaVine, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That's going to be on Jarrett Jack.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
And the first one at the line is good. Hardaway's checked in for New York. And so Levine nails both of them. And it's the Knicks with the ball. 3-point lead. Jack with it. And stolen by Dunn. In transition, here come the Bulls. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Dunn's got 4 this quarter.
Well, it looked as if he would never find his game after that awful first half start, but he's really hitting his stride in the second.
And the replay is courtesy of Under Armour. Unleash chaos. It was a great sequence from the steal all the way to the finish at the other end. Sinks it, and the shot from Porzingis.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
Lopez, a screen on Hardaway. Levine, and the whistle blows, so a chance here for a 3-point play.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
And it's tied up with that one. And here is Jack. There's a screen. Dishes it to Cantor. And there's the pass to Hardaway. A floater. And that one is off. Now Chicago takes it the other way. They've led by as many as 11 points. And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession. Here's Jack. Pass to Cantor. Over Lopez. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Cantor's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Now that's an old school move right there. A good one too, the fadeaway.
Levine against Hardaway. It's stolen by Jack. And here we go. Fast break. Jack's got it. Hardaway with a wide open look. And a great assist by Jack as that one goes in. Jack's got 5 assists in the game. Dunn kicks to Valentine. And the jam by Valentine.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Outside Hardaway. Porzingis kicks to Jack. He feeds it to Cantor. Over Lopez. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Kicks it to Levine. And there's the feed to Dunn. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That's on Enes Kanter.
And one area of concern for Dunn, hitting his free throws with consistency, because he has the temperament to draw fouls.
The free throw drops in for Dunn. And good on the second, so he makes them both. And the Knicks with possession here. It's a 1-point game. And Porzingis, here we go. Here's Dunn. Passes it to Markkanen. And that misses. That would have put him up.
You can't fault him for taking the 3 when he's that wide open. You can't pass that shot up.
Outside Jack. The teardrop falls in. And the Knicks lead by 3.
Unbelievable basket. I mean, giving up a lot of height there, but he was not to be denied.
Now, that's the gutsy take on this part to make that happen. Many would not have tried that over the large defense.
And count it. The shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
And he has the chops for this, raising the intensity when it matters most.
But he's showing you he wants to close this game out. That's an attitude that he brings and is appreciated by this team.
Free throw good, Levine.
When the score is close, you want this guy on the line.
Screen by Porzingis. Jack with it. Now guarded by Dunn. Porzingis can't hit. Chicago has gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Levine kicks to Markkanen. Out of bounds. New York takes possession. We've got 1:48 left in the fourth quarter. Now here is Jack. D right on him. There's a screen by Cantor. And Jack kicks to Porzingis. Just 5 on the clock. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Porzingis has got 12 points in just the second half. Chicago trailing here. There's the dish to Lopez. Markkanen passes to Lopez. Lopez a screen. Dunn's shot's good. Dunn's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Admire the determination of Dunn, staying confident in his shot at all times.
And there's the whistle. That goes on Chris Dunn. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. 1:07 left in the game. Screen by Porzingis. And Jack kicks to Porzingis. That doesn't go either for Porzingis.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Pass to Valentine. Outside Levine. Lopez sets a screen for Levine. To the paint. Yes!
And this atmosphere is banana.
Guys separate themselves by how they perform in clutch situations. Give this man his props.
New York calls timeout. They're trailing by 2. There's 37 seconds left in the game. What do you think, guys?
Hey, they do have enough time here. If they shoot quickly to get the 2 for 1, well, we'll see if they try it.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Jeff Hornacek said to his team. He told them we've got to make the most of every chance right now. This is a winnable game, but we've got to make plays. Guys, we'll see if they can come back.
And that one really took the air out of this crowd.
Ooh, just like that. I mean, you could hear a pin drop in here.
He sinks the clutch free throw.
Yeah, terrific and one on that one. Those are the kind of plays, guys, that win basketball games.
Dunn dishes to Lopez. Outside Levine. Lopez, no luck. And now they foul and stop the clock.
Yeah, you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
15 foul. Shooting for New York. And this is Cantor. 2 shots.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. And he does get the second one, and that will put them up by 2. Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. They're behind by 2. There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
You know what? You can go for the 3 to win or the 2 to tie. What's your choice in a situation like this?
If possible, I think you run something to let you go for the 3. Take the best shot available.
Levine for 3. Can't get the 3 to fall. And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible.
At the line of the Knicks, Jared Jack taking 2 shots.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. he's able to hit the second one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. They trail by 3. 8 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
You know, you'd love to be able to clear space and get that triple, but you can also do the 2 with a quick foul.
Well, these are some of the toughest decisions. I mean, a good argument can be made for either case.
Shoots. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. So a close game sees New York take this one. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for him.
Really an accomplishment and crazy.
All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.
Hola, Pablo. 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 Hola, Pablo. Hola, Pablo.